is slightly different from the dhyana slightly different from the dhyana sloka that is used in my parampara. So actually, what decides that? The tantra you follow, or just what the guru gave?
What the guru gave. That is main important. So,
what does the guru choose? What is the
yeah, guru gives the
parampara? Yeah, I understand.
Guru gives the dhyanam according to the mantra. Mantra, that power of mantra is depicted by the dhyanam.
Yes.
So whatever mantra you have got along with that dhyanam will correlate.
Okay, so in today's example, the mantra of Sri Mahavarahi is the same. Dhyanam has two different ashra systems, but it is the same 117 syllable Mahavarahi mantra. Just trying to understand, is the dhyanam so easily replaceable by something else, even with the different set of ashra system? Should not be so, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, actually, what happens? Whatever you can have a good rapport with that dhyanam is more important. What you can, while doing the mantra, you can perceive that type of a form is very important, rather than this dhyan or that dhyan. You have a fixed item, or suppose Varahi, you have a fixed way of thinking, okay, it will be like this, like this. So you continue with what you have the perception. That's better. Because otherwise, some Ugra mantras, they have got Ugra Dhyanam and all that. Saumya mantra is Saumya Dhyanam. So there are a little differences. But what you can perceive best is the best. So shall we start? So happy Navratri to everybody. Jai Ambe, Jai Gurudev. So now we will start the sharing of the screen first. So you can see all the screen very well. Can you see?
Yes, Dadaji.
Okay. So we had come to the stage of Matruka. I have explained it halfway. I have explained the Para Pashanti Madhyama, and now the Vaikhari level we have to discuss. The Vaikhari Matruka we have to discuss in such a way. So we had done Shiva, Shakti, Sadashiv Ichha Shakti. We have done Ishwar Gyan Shakti. And now the formation of Matruka, this is as per Panini's grammar. How it is done? The Shiva is a Prakasha called as Anuttara. I have explained you Anuttara is without, beyond Shiva there is nobody. And Shiva is represented by the Matruka A letter. That in yellow I have written the letters A. In English I have written, because this is an English class, so I have not written in Sanskrit. The Shiva Prakasha is reflected with the Shakti Vimarsha. So when the Shivas say, the Shivas, actually speaking, when a Shiva consciousness understands himself as an entity, or is Anuttara called as Aham, or I consciousness. To be a very easy example, when we are born, we have our own consciousness, and We do not know. We have a universal consciousness. We do not know what is what. We do not know names. We don't have language. Anything we do not have. Only consciousness we are having. That is the Shiva consciousness. And when we do any activity, then the second stage comes when we want to understand. And when we are born also, we are very happy. We are just playing our own self. We do not require anything, just we are so small. So that is a state of Ananda. So Ananda is a Prakasha. Prakasha reflected in Shakti Vibharsh. It is a dynamic thing. So Ananda, so there is a state of I consciousness, aham, that is culminated into A. A is and A's reflection is a Shakti. The reflection is called Vimarsha. Shiva's Prakash is reflected in a Shakti Vimarsha. So A again reflected back is A plus A is equal to A. The Shiva and Shakti reflected at a passive. So when Shiva has been reflected, now they thinking of doing some creation. So there is a passive ichha of doing the creation. So in that case, it is a Sada Shiva state. So again, we add A to A. A plus A, or A means A plus A becomes a small e. So here, A is a bliss, Ananda is beyond the happiness state of mind, very cool state of mind, but we like it. But there will be a subtle state of will or desire called Ichha Shakti, but he has no such corrective desire and understands the will. So in this case, there is a desire, but it doesn't have a concrete desire. So in that case, E is a Ishana, so rise of emotion. And this is called as a triangular vowel because firstly, the letter E is written in Sharda script as E, indicating three angles. And secondly, it is because all the three Shaktis are there, Chit, Anand, and Ichha. So all the three means A plus A is equal to E. So A plus I is equal to E. Which is short E. So Shiva Shakti is reflected in an active Ichha Shakti, that is at a Shiva, when the Ichha or desire is intense, then Ichha Shakti is the crystallization of the desire, and the create is called as Ishana or Ipsitri. I had reminded last time that Ishana and Ishitri, these words are coming in Lalita Trishakti Stotra. So this is Sadashiva state, with both E and short E and the long E belongs to Sadashiva group. Sadashiv is the emotions and the Ichha and the desire. Now, the Shiva Shakti is plus passive Ichha plus a little Gnan. Suppose you have a Ichha to do something, then you require knowledge how to do. So that is called as Ichha Shakti is added with a little knowledge. That is called, it is called Unmesha. From the Ichha, you have a desire to do then the desire to do is unmesha, is the rise of the thought to execute the desire. So to execute the desire is unmesha. And number 6, what we say, unmesha is short E plus A is equal to U. Then in the case of Shiva Shakti, active Ichha, that is called the Gyan Shakti, is the proper knowledge to execute the desire. When it takes place, the Shakti is called long E with A. Everywhere A is always there. A is the Shiva. Shiva is already there. Whatever Shiva is there, without Shiva nothing can happen. So long E plus A is U, the long U. Now, the coming back here, the long U is called the proper knowledge to execute the desire. Now the 4 things are Shiva with a passive Ichha Shakti of Agni Bija R. Short E plus R. R is called Ra. That is called short E plus Ra. Ra is Agni Bija. So Agni Bija is giving rise. It is a very thin Agni Bija. So it gives a room. When with the long E, the Agni Bija is connected, it becomes double, that is called long root. In the case of Shiva with a passive Gnan Shakti, the Prithvi Bija, La is added. So U, short U plus Prithvi Bija becomes Aldru. And Shiva with active Gnan Shakti with a Prithvi Bija, L is added, that is long U plus Prithvi Bija is the La, Lam. So Lru, it becomes Lru. So this way it is done. And after that, the creation and what we call this glimpse whether to hold or proceed the kriya or its execution. This is ro is called as Amrita Bija, and it does not make any creation, but it stops here and it decides the timing of the creation. So whatever we desire, we have the knowledge to do, but still we don't execute so fast, so we always think. So this is called Amrita Bijam. It does not create anything. Now so we have seen the Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti. So that is called Shiva, Shakti, Sadashiv, Ishwar. So at the stage of Shiva and Shakti, it is called Para level. A is the Para level. E, Pashyanti level. Para, Pashyanti level, E. U is the Madhyama level. And then the Vaikhari level, it comes to, again, the next slide. Here, the slide reads like this.
Dadaji, a small question. In the previous slide, from a Kevala Vyakarana knowledge, A plus E should normally become A, right?
Vyakarana knowledge will become, just repeat.
A plus E will become A, right?
I didn't get it.
A plus E will become A, right? In Vyakara. If the word ends with A and the next letter and next word starts with the E, when you do a sandhi, it will become A. But here, what is the difference that you are trying to show here, Dadaji? In the fourth letter.
See, I have written in English, so there is a confusion. But what you can see in this one, E. So here I am only depicting not as a grammar, but A. A is called a Shiva. A plus A is equal to A. I am not going on the grammar side of it. So how Shiva is combined with the Shakti is A to A. When the Ichha Shakti, here I am correlating the Ichha Shakti, Gnan Shakti, Kriya Shakti, not the grammarian part of it, because grammarian will be so high, but this I am trying to connect Ichha Shakti, Gnan Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and in that relation I am saying the A belongs to Shiva, and that is para level. Shakti is A, that is also para level. Then Sada Shiva is on Ichha Shakti. For that Ichha Shakti is divided in two parts, passive Ichha Shakti and active Ichha Shakti. So E long and short. These are short is for passive one and the active one is long one. So E. So this is in relation to the tattvas and the matrukas. That is our main aim of doing it, not the grammar part of it. So then the Ishvara, that is what we say, this is the Gyan Shakti, is connected with U. U is the Gnan Shakti, and U short is called passive Gnan Shakti, and long U is called as active Gnan Shakti. The execution of our knowledge takes place at U level, the long U. So this is not exact grammar, but it is in connection with the tattvas and the letters. And that we will deal this whole templates, what I have prepared. So now I will tell you, in this case, Shiva Shakti, passive Ichha Shakti. So this is, I have colored Shuddha Vidya in three parts, four parts. So 4 parts are how they are, 4 parts of Shuddha Vidya. Shuddha Vidya, Shiva Shakti, passive Ichha Shakti. Passive is there. So A plus small e becomes A. A is called, when you write in Sanskrit A, it becomes a triangle. If you see, this is a triangle. The Shiva Shakti with active Ichha Shakti means the Prabal. Active Ichha Shakti becomes A, and long E becomes I. So this is the 4 stages of Shuddha Vidya. This is the Kriya Shakti. Then it becomes a Shiva Shakti, active Ichha Shakti, active Gnan Shakti, everything active. Shiva Shakti, active Ichha, active Gnan and Kriya. So then becomes O. A plus means O plus U, long U. So that becomes O. O is called as Trishul. Trishul, why it is Trishul? Because it is connecting all the things together. Ichha Shakti, Gnan Shakti and Kriya Shakti together is connected here. So Au is called as a trident or a Trishul. So up to here, the generation of a Shiva into Shakti means what we said the slide, from Shiva the Shakti emerged, from Shakti the desire came, that after desire the knowledge came, after knowledge the active Kriya Shakti comes into existence. After all, this is all are the supreme I consciousness expressed in the totality of the knowledge of the universe in the form of dot bindu or the letter That is Shiva is Anuswara, Anuswara is A dot is called as And after that dot then there are two dots of aha, that is Visarga. Visarga represents, the aha represents inner and outer manifestation. Now the creation of the universe and the human both starts. How it starts? Upper bindu is Shiva and the lower bindu is Shakti. So here what I am telling, that in this case, aha is the unity of is divided for the creation called Visarga by the perpendicular two dots after becomes aha, indicating simultaneously the inner and outer manifestation. Inner and outer. Inner means human within ourselves, microcosm, and outer is a universal manifestation that takes place from aha. Aha is called a Visarga, that the expansion takes place from here. Internally, our body is created and externally, the universe is created. Therefore, we are saying, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. The whole creation takes place like this. At a universal stage, the first sound has created the space called as Akash or sky. The secondary, the air or Vayu, and the gases are created for the movement called as a driving force. Third, Agni is created for the light and heat. Fourthly, water or liquids are created to control the atmospheric temperature. And lastly, the earth elements like minerals and growth-oriented soil for food, grains, fruits, etc. They are all the creation. This order is reversed to explain the sadhana, as we are reversing the process of the elements from Ka for earth, Ka for water, Ka for air, and Ang for ether or sky, that I have represented here. This is the Matruka letters and the elements of Panch Mahabhuta. How they are? There are what we have discussed regard Anuttara Shiva is A. When the Shiva comes in a connection with the Akash Tattva, Ang is from Ang letter the Akash is created. If you read the garland of letters, you will know how things have come. So So in this case, the Ka is the Prithvi Tattva is created in connection with the Shiva, and the Kriya Shakti Ka is the Prithvi Tattva. Then Kha is the Jala or Stalila Tattva, means water. It is connected with Gnan Shakti. And then the Shiva is connected to the Ga with the Sadashiva Shakti, is the Agni. And Shiva is connected to Ga, is the Vayu Tattva. It is the air, and connected to the Shakti. And Shiva is connected to the freedom of Akash, means Ang, sky element. So these are the elements firstly produced by Kakha, Gaga, Ang. Now that there are Tanmatras, when A, A, E, the first E letter, that is A, A, E, small e is connected with the Prithvi Tattva. It gives rise of Tanmatra as Gandha Tanmatra. When small e is connected to the Jala Tattva, it gives a taste, or a Tanmatra, Rasa Tanmatra taste. When small e is connected to the fire, then the Tanmatra comes is the roof. Because the light is there, then you can see. You can see the roof, means you can see it. Then the small e is connected to the Vayu Tattva, air. Then it comes a Sparsha, Ja, Ja, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja. Then Ya, that is E. Small e is connected to the sky connection, and you get the Shabda. The Shabda you can pronounce only when there is a sky element. Otherwise, you cannot pronounce it. Now, we had A, A, E, U, Ru, Ru. The Ru is there. Ru is connected to the Prithvi Tattva. We get the Payu, we get the Ru is connected to the Jala Tattva. We get the Upastha, that is the little. When is Ru is connected to the Agni Tattva, fire, we get the Pada, means speed. Ru is connected to the Vayu Tattva, you get the Pani, hands. And Ru is connected to the Akasha Tattva, that is sky, then we get the speech, because speech you can only do when there is Akasha Tattva. So all these are called a karmendriya, and we can do the karmas with all the 5 things what Ru is connected. That gives a karmika mala. Because we do by talking also we can make the karmas, by hand also we can make the karmas, by legs also we can make the karmas. So all karmas are created like this. So there is a next slide, continuing this. Then A, E, U, Ru, Ru. Ru is connected to the earth. That is called, it is earth, you can smell it. So there is a nose is connected. When Ru is connected to the water, then the tongue is connected. The tongue is have watery, and you get the taste of it. So from nose you can have a smell, tongue you can have a taste. Then Ru is connected to the eyes, chakshu. That is called the fiery. Because of light, you can see. Eyes can come into place only when there is a light. So that is Agni Tattva. So like Dhru is connected with the air. That is a skin. You can touch and feel the where is the coarse skin, any surface or anything you can just touch, and even the food articles you can touch and see this, how they are. So these are the touching. And when Dhru is connected to the sky, means ether, then it is a Shrotra. Yeah, you can listen only when there is a sky, otherwise you cannot. So that space is required for the ear. Without space, nothing can happen. No, in vacuum circumstances, you cannot listen. So in this case, this is called the cognitive senses. Now coming to a, I, U, Ru, Ru, a, I, U. From U is the, we had said that Gnan, A, U is the Gnan Shakti. The Gnan Shakti is coming in a contact with the earth is the Man. You get the emotion. When the Icha Shakti U comes into a play with a watery substance, it is Buddhi. Buddhi is always, you get so many thoughts like ripples in the water. So that is the way it comes. And the Icha Shakti is connected to the air, is called Ahamkara. When Icha Shakti is connected to the another, that fire is Ahamkara, and when Icha Shakti is connected with the air is called Prakriti, and totally these are 24 tattvas of vowels, which makes, in the Sankhya, there are only 24 tattvas. So this makes the whole Purusha a complete human being. So any questions on this?
Dadaji, from alphabetical sequence, Ukara will probably come after Ikara, but in the way you have explained so beautifully about the Panchakam, Jnanendra Panchakam, Karmendra Panchakam, Buddhi Manas Tattva Panchakam, it has consciously come in the second, it has come after I, Ru, and then U has come. So I'm just trying to say if there's very particular significance to that.
Correct. Yeah. So any question on this presentation? On this? Or should I go ahead? So
please go ahead, Dadaji. Please go ahead.
Fine. I'm sure they'll ask you, but let's go ahead, please. Proceed.
Okay. So I'll proceed for the further. Now comes the Antaratma. Now we were on the body part of it. Now coming to the mind part of it. Antaratma. This is called Maya Tattva. Maya Tattva is that our brain gets limited. Otherwise, we would have been as good as Shiva. But why we have a limitation? That is because of Maya Tattva. So here, Ya is how Ya is formed, small E, long E, and A. A is always there. A is always there. There is nothing without A. So Shiva is everywhere, all pervasive. So even we say the Ka includes A also. Ka also includes A. So like that, Ya, Icha Shakti passive with active Ichha Shakti and the Anuttara, you get the Niyati, the place or the destiny. Space, it should be space, not the place, space and the destiny. And then comes the Ya, after Ya, you get the Ra. In Ra, you have Ru plus Anuttara, short E and long E. It is called as a time. The time is there which restricts us, and the time span is limited for us. So we are limited to the time. And the La is Ru plus Anuttara plus Ichha Shakti, passive, and the long E is the active Ichha Shakti. That gives rise of two things. One's raga, attachment or desire, and avidya, worldly knowledge. Then comes the Va, that is a U, small U plus Anuttar A. It is called as Kala. That is a movement. And what I say, the Kala is what, if you want to understand the Kala, first Kala is A, and everywhere A is repeated. The totality, that is a one thing, but the Kala is a part of everything. So here we are dividing the Anuttara into different parts as a Matrikas. So this is Matrika Chakra, is totality is the Shiva only, but this division is the Kala. So this Kala is a division, like moon is a main total Purnima moon, but there are different phases of the moon. That doesn't mean the moon goes away. Moon remains, like that Shiva remains everywhere. Shiva never goes away, but the different parts are where our body and whatever different mental parts and the different parts of our faculties are there. So totality, this is only a difference of Kala. Then these are the bondages actually. If you want to come out from the bondages, then the sadhana is required. And these are the Ushma Swaras are there. Their Amrit Varna are called as Sa, Sha and Sa. Sha is a Shuddha Vidya, Sha is a Ishwar, and Sa is a Sadashiva. That is again Kriya Shakti, Gnan Shakti, and Ichha Shakti. So these are latent there in ourselves. There is a Prana Bija, that is Turiya Titra. Turiya, from vowels, it is Ha. So when in the beginning I had said the Shiva is Aham, A to Ha. Ha is the Shakti, Prana Bija. So A to Ha, Aham. Aham means it is only oneness, but it is the parts of the oneness are called a Matruka Chakra. And the last is a Kuta Bija, Turiya, that is a consonant Ksha. Ksha is Ka plus Sa is the Ksha. This is the condensed form, Ksha. So here I would say, so the rest of the Sa is called as Amar Bija later because it includes within itself the manifestations of the universe. According to the Shaiva philosophy, the manifestation of the universe by the Shiva is not a derogation from his essential nature, but a fulfillment of it. Shiva is doing as a play, not that he is coming down, 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 but it is his way of fulfilling his wishes. Ha is a Shiva's Visarga Sakti. So Ha is in its subtle form, is constantly being sounded inside each creature without any efforts on its part. Abhinav Gupta says, Avyakta Hakalatmakaha. Jairat says, Avyakta Nada Matra Rupatvad Anu Abhinna Varana Pravibhaga Ye Yam Hakala Hakarardanga Bhagat Tadatmakoyam Visarga. This Visarga, that is Aha, is a Aha. Ha is only a vibration inside, not uttered in the form of a distinct letter. Again, Jairath quotes the following words: Natyocharita Kvashchit Pratihanta na vidyate Swayamuttyarate Deva Praninam Urasi Sthita. Neither it can be deliberately pronounced nor it can be prevented by anybody. It's being sounded as an inner vibration automatically within the body of man and animals. So you get humming sound always, aham. It is hum. Hum is a humming sound. You get it. It is a spontaneous, ceaseless sound going on inside without utterance, without effort on the part of anyone. Hence it is called anahatamaya. It is not stuck or uttered by a vocal organ. Ha indicates Shakti. As such, it is a source of all prana bija. Aham. A is the first letter and Ha is the final letter, is Aha, which suggests the Aham, meaning I or self. Aha includes all the letters of Sanskrit alphabet, A to Ha, Aham. And since each letter is indicative of an object, Aha suggests the sum total of objects, that is universe. The philosophical truth is pointed out is that the entire universe lies in Shiva, or highest reality, in an undifferentiated state. The full word or I in the Sanskrit, aham, written as with a bindu or a dot on a letter Ha. This bindu or a dot is full of high philosophical significance. In the definite calm of Anuttara or highest reality, there arises a metaphysical point of stress. This is known as bindu. In this, the universe is to be gathered up to a point. This bindu is a Gani Bhuta Shakti, the creative force compared into a point. It is as yet undifferentiated into subjects and objects. It is the Chidgana, or a massive consciousness in which lies potentially in an undifferentiated mass all the words and beings to be manifested. The dot or a bindu on Ha joins A and Ha into the oneness and shows that all the manifestations, though appearing emanated and different, is actually resting in Shiva and is not a different from him. A represents Shiva and Ha represents Shakti. The bindu on Ha represents the fact that though Shiva is manifested right up to the earth through the Shakti. He is not divided thereby. He remains undivided whole. The Bindu means that which knows it's derived from the root of Vid. Means Bindu. It has come like that. So, Avinav Gupta calls it Vibhaga Prakasho Yaha. Means Bindu can, it is which is the undivided light, that which is in spite of all the differentiation does not change, remains unaffected and does not deviate from its inherent oneness from us. That is Bindu. If anyone wants to turn to the source of his being, he will have to understand the mystery of Matruka. If Matruka is not properly understood, only confines us to the mundane activities of life, and it becomes a source of bondage. If properly understood, she becomes our savior. Matruka tells us. The realization of the mystery of Matrika is important for the aspirant who is in a quest of the source of his being. The Śāktopāya deals primarily with the mantra. Mantra consists of words or letters. In other words, Matruka is therefore utmost important for the aspirant to understand the Matruka and her host of Shaktis. There are different hosts of Shaktis. For each letter, so many Shaktis have been assigned. This sutra therefore exhorts the aspirants to have Sambodha, a full realization. Bodha is a realization. Perfect enlightenment of Matruka Chakra, of the occult meaning of the letter sound with the magic of the mantra. From this arise Ichatmaka Pashyanti Matruka, Gnanatmaka Madhyama Matruka, and Kriyatmaka Vaikhari Matruka. This Aham contains the entire Vakya and Vachya. The universe is a latent form. There are three types of Visarga. What is Visarga? We are saying, aha, the two dots. There are three types of a Visarga in Shaivism. Number one, Shiva is the Para Visarga. The supreme energy is represented by which is Ananda Shakti, supreme energy of Lord Shiva. For sadhana, it is a Chit Pralaya or standstill. Number two, Shakti is a Para Apara Visarga. It is called Aha. Aha is the 16th word, 16th vowel from the alphabet called as Chit Sambodha. The medium creative energy of Shakti Visarga is Aha. The power of maintaining the complete awareness of self. Here the mind is fully aware without a differential thoughts. Here there is only one thought called as Chit Sambodh. Number three, individual is in Apara Visarga. Her is the inferior creative energy, pertains to the individual or jiva, is called as Chit Vishranti, represented by a last letter of an alphabet, Ha. The state of Chit Vishranti is the one-pointedness of the thought called as Niruddha, which is automatic and effortless. It is not ekagrata, state where it is intentional. The introverted perception of Shiva is represented by Anustvara Bindu on the letters, where the extroverted perception is represented by Visarga. After understanding the Matruka Chakra, it is and its ingredients or kala, what is the practical way to go back from the duality to the non-dual aspect is explained in the next sutra, which is Shariram Vihi. Now we can ask the question answer. So this Matruka Chakra is over. So any questions on this?
Jai Dada.
Jai
I've got a couple of questions. They might not be relevant. I was just thinking, kind of applying this to when we do Sri Chakra Puja. So, you know, when you went back to that first slide where you talk about Shiv being and then Shakti being and then I think you speak a little bit about saying Shiv and Shakti plus passive Ichcha Shakti is E, small e. So, and then later on you said Shiv Shakti and Gyan, which is passive Gyan or active Gyan, is either Om or Om. I guess if you add the bin at the end of it. So is that the difference between the pranav that they use in the Vedas, for example? So a Vedic school will emphasize Om because of the Gyan aspect there. And when we do Patra Sadham, for example, we do the Vishesh Patra Stapna, but in the Bindu, we invoke Imkar. So the question is, the Imkar is the combination of Shiv and Shakti plus Ichcha Shakti, right? Is that what you was? Okay, fine. So that's why we give more importance to the Imkar there rather than the Pranav. And then the other question was, I know you said that the Shiva, and whenever you take any matrika, Shiva is always going to be there regardless of whether you put A there or not. So for example, automatically, if you put two vowels together, two consonants together, you automatically have the inside it, right? To make the two links. So that's the Shiva. Is there ever a mantra where there is no Shiva and it's pure Shakti Bija? So the reason why I'm asking is because I'm thinking of the Khechari, you know, the Khechari Bija, Hasaka. So is that a time where there is no Shiva or is even there is Shiva?
The moment you say Shiva is there.
Okay, fine. So the is always there.
Asaka. And whereas there is no sound, that is the para level.
Fine.
No Shiva and no Shakti, nothing both. It is the para level. Both are united. And you were asking for a Shri Yantra.
Yeah.
So in Shri Yantra, I have some collection. I was thinking about it. In Shri Yantra, we have a dot in the top. That is Shiva. That is A. Then there is a triangle. Triangle, there are, we say Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Gnana Shakti. So here, Ichcha Shakti, E. Ichcha Shakti, Gnana Shakti is U. And Kriya Shakti is A-I-O-O. 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 This is Kriya Shakti. And because of this, because there is a seed in the, if you say the tree is there in the seed, you can't see the tree inside, but in the seed there is a tree. So in an egg there is a hen. There is general example Abhinav Gupta says. Whenever you say the egg includes hen inside, in the way this triangle includes the all the vowels. That is called nityas. all the triangles has got the nitya. You understood? And because of this permutation combination, which I have explained, the Matruka emerged with connection with all 5 Shaktis. It's Icha Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Gnan Shakti. When combination starts, the different Matrukas emerge. That is called the Avarana number 7. That is Ashtamatruka. So this Ashtamatruka, first of all, the first triangle is on para level. This Ashtamatruka, that is 7th Avarana, is on Pashyanti level. Follow? Mashini Vag Deta, Kameshwari, Vagere, all are that. No?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So this is called Pashyanti level. Then if you go for the after Pashyanti, you get a Madhyama level. So this is also a triangle. And this triangle is that there are 3 right from these chakras, you call Ka to Ksha. Ka starts from Saubhagyadayak chakra down below the triangle. Then after 14 letters, Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Ang, Cha, Cha, Ja, 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 Ta, Tha, Da. From Da onward, you get next chakra. Which chakra it is? 5th chakra is
fifth one, Dadaji.
Then 6th comes. From Da onward, 6th chakra comes. 10. Antardashar. No, Bahir Dashar comes. Bahir Dashar comes. And then after 10, Antardashar comes. So this full Matruka is Madhyama Matruka. Do you get me?
Yes, thank you. I've got one more question on that as well.
No, I am still coming.
Okay, sorry, carry on.
Then the Vaikhari Matruka is of 3 parts. Trailokya Mohan Chakra, then
Sarvasha Paripurva Chakra.
Sarvasha Paripurak and Sarva Samshobhan Chakra. So here Trailokya Mohan Chakra includes all the Matruka, say Brahmi, Ka Varga, Maheshwari Kha Varga, up to that Mahalakshmi A Varga. So all Matrukas, 15 Matrukas are there. Plus, if you see, after that, the next chakra comes, Sarvasha Paripurak Chakra has got 16 vowels. And Sarva Samshobhan Chakra has got full Matruka. So this is Vaikhari Matruka in the sphere of Jagruta Avastha, Swapna Avastha and Shushupti Avastha. So these are the Vaikhari level of Matruka according to the plane of mind. So everything is Matruka Chakra. Śrī Yantra is a Matruka Chakra. So that has to come to one point at the top. That is Shivatva. You have to get it from all this. Through the Matruka Chakra, you have to go up to the para level. Is it simple to understand?
Yes, thank you, Dada.
So anybody?
Vivek,
Can I ask
one more question?
One more question, sorry. It might not be relevant to this, but it's just to note, and I might be wrong actually, but when we do, again, going back to Śrī Chakra Puja, we use all the matrikas from A to Ksha, but we tend to leave out the Ma matrika. Is there a reason behind this?
Ma is yourself.
Fine. I thought that would be the answer.
Human being. And
Yeah.
you are saying we are doing im. Im. You had said, no? In
Mhm.
the Patra Sadhana, when you are doing Akathadi Chakra,
Yeah.
in the center you are doing im.
Im.
What is im? Shiva Shakti and Ichha Shakti. By Ichha Shakti, your Ichha to reach your own revelation of your own self. That is your Ichha. Otherwise, you would not do sadhana. And another meaning of it is the Kamakala. So you should read a Kamakala Vilasa on this. So it is a very big subject. So whether your guru has allowed you to read or that depends. So it can't be revealed so much on public.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dada.
thank you.
Okay. Sure. If there's no other questions, we'll conclude for today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dada. Jai Ambe.
Jai Ambe.
Jai Ambe. Jai Ambe.
Jai Ambe.